Rollers of the Realm is an interesting combo of pinball action and the fantasy RPG genre. Let me preface this review by saying I love pinball. I'm an expert at Family Guy, NASCAR, Indiana Jones, and even the Playboy table. I love the company Stern and support them whenever I can. Rollers of the Realm was right up my alley and published by Atlas? Really? You mean this Atlas? It's quite a pedigree for a $10 Steam game. Alright then. Rollers of the Realm stars a young girl named the Rogue on her quest to just get by in a war-torn world where the messiahs were sealed away long ago and every new king and upstart thinks he's the new coming. You travel from place to place, or rather pinball table to table, robbing folks by hitting them from behind with your balls. People will drop gold a few times each, adding to your total, which you can use to buy upgrades. Do more damage, multiply sneak attacks, the usual rogue stuff. The RPG element is light at best, but the numbers do talk in the long run. Early on I was hitting the same guard a dozen times just trying to freaking take him out, and it took a lot of upgrades to get anyone with armor to go down in a couple of hits. Anything breakable has hit points, and even simple things like barrels and boxes need to be hit multiple times in order to break and get the gold out of them. Eventually, Rogue runs into Knight. Knight is represented by a much larger metal ball. He moves more slowly and is harder to maneuver, but does way more damage than Rogue does. Rinse, lather, and repeat for an entire ensemble cast that you gather up over time. Nobody has a name in this realm, apparently. They're just identified by their job. Even the bad guys only go by such things as the Blacksmith, the Order, and so on. Weird that they don't want to name anybody in this game. The campaign is about 8 to 12 hours long, depending entirely on your skill level with the pinball itself. I'll be honest when I say it has all the same problems that any other pinball game in the virtual world has. You can't hit the ball gently, you can't reliably tilt the board, etc., etc. Tilt is replaced with something called maneuvering, that is, slightly influencing the direction of the ball when it's on the move. Knight is the hardest since he's the heaviest in the group, and Rogue is the easiest, to the point of defying gravity. I know this is a good game mechanic since it opens up so many possibilities, but as a pinball-loving guy like myself, this took a lot of getting used to, and you have to master it if you want to succeed in this game. Anyway, the game's plot is pretty stock. Evil bad guy and his army want the power of the long-gone messiahs. Evil cult wants to bring back evil messiahs, fight evil messiahs, the usual Western European RPG tropes. In the grand scheme of things, there's really nothing new here. To be honest, I was much happier in the first handful of levels where it was just me, Rogue, and the Knight. Just stealing money and trying to get by in the world. The voice acting is good and the writing is excellent. I really did care for these characters. And in a cliche-ridden fantasy realm like this, that's saying a lot. So you play table to table, accomplishing story missions on the board, gathering gold to buy upgrades for your balls, and so on and so forth. The difficulty curve is not easy, but it is fair. Luck plays a part, as it does in real pinball, but you've got to have the skills if you want to do well. The difficulty and practice needed rises on an even plane for a while, until the last level where it turns into a brick wall. Something happened here with this last level and it wasn't good. Let me tell you about it. The final level is a death trap in just about every respect. Let me show you the design of this table, and just remember the others that I showed you. Family Guy, NASCAR, all the others that were carefully designed with fun in mind. Let me show you this one. Hitting the boss from the front makes him baseball swing you into the gutter. These furnaces will launch fireballs which will destroy your flippers. These skeletons, which infinitely respawn, take multiple hits each to kill, and they damage your flippers over time as well. Launching too easy or too hard will send you into the side gutters as both sides of the playfield are slanted. That and the boss itself can only be significantly damaged by one of your characters. Never mind that whole teamwork thing that the whole game has been teaching you to rely on. If you can't hit the boss with this particular character, you'll be doing 10% of your regular damage per hit, and good luck to you, because you'll be there for hours. The number of complaints about the difficulty of the last level actually got a response from the developers to add a checkpoint system to this particular mission. None of the other levels are like this. This is basically them admitting that they threw everything in their bag of tricks into this tiny space and still expected you to win without any sort of checkpoint system. Interesting. Anyway, the game also comes with plenty of arenas for you to try your skills at. Some of them are high-score arenas where you get a finite number of balls to rack up gold. Others are races against time where you try to complete certain objectives within a certain number of seconds. Each arena comes with 3 achievements based on your skill level: Gutterball, Fireball, and Wizard. I got a handful of them, but I wasn't about to stick around and get them all. Some of these are really rough and difficult, even to the point of defeating multiple bosses in less than 5 minutes. I'll stick to my real pinball, thank you very much. Rolls of the Realm is a great mashup of pinball and fantasy RPG stuff, something I wasn't expecting to be so well done. The tables are varied, each with their own tricks, enemies, and missions. The cast and voice acting is excellent. The story is nothing fancy, but really how could it be? It's pinball. It's a light fantasy romp with plenty of gold and bumpers on your way to the top. I wholly recommend this one.